Yeah, man.
Yeah,
we back.
Like
we bike.
We bike.
BPBC.
We bike.
Broken Pistol Booking Company Pros and Podcast infused with hip hop. On the anniversary of hip hop, happy 51st.
51?
You see the Wu-Tang, you know what I'm saying? W's up.
Yo, and I look what I'm wearing as a dome piece.
Yeah, son. Yeah, son. You didn't even.
That's crazy.
You didn't even know I had this on today, son, and you representing the Bronx with that hat, son.
And because of my geographical location and where I was born and raised, this almost feels sacrilegious. But I bought this hat in New York in Times Square. You can kiss it gently.
We kicked off today's show with a 10-bell salute for the one of the most, if not the most devious mind in the history of professional wrestling, Kevin Sullivan. And this is kind of polarizing here because, you know, people revere Kevin Sullivan in the wrestling world as a mastermind, as a great man, a genius. And we had the pleasure of meeting him a couple of times at SWE Fury in Texas. Shouts out Tony Snow. What up, Snow? Can't ban the snowman.
Can't ban him.
And little known fact, the brass knuckles Kevin Sullivan used for the majority of his career were passed down humbly from Kevin Sullivan to Tony Snow. And if you haven't seen Tony Snow's managerial prowess, it's something that's made for primetime television. And coming soon, I will dare say that Tony Snow will definitely be in a place where a larger audience can see him. And I'm just putting it in the air. There's nothing concrete. I'm just putting it in the air. So
Snow is working his 5-year plan to absolute perfection right now.
Jamal, what up, bro? I see you. 06. We got the comment section going live right now. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Soon to be on Twitch at a regularly scheduled time. Wu-Tang is for the children. Absolutely.
It is.
Let me give you a bell for that one.
Bing bong.
My first memories of Kevin Sullivan was watching World Class Championship Wrestling. At the time, the show was called South Championship Sports on KTVT TV in Dallas. And he was with Maniac Mark Lewin. And
wow.
Those two together, you think about teams like House of Black, you think about teams like even like the Islanders, those teams that had that mystique about them, the Powers of Pain, those teams that had that mystique about them where you feared them genuinely. That comes to mind with Mark Lewin and Kevin Sullivan. The wrestling world referred to him as the devil. That shows you how dangerous, how devious this man was in the ring. Also remember seeing
you how much different life was back then. You could say stuff like that.
Man.
Imagine calling someone the devil now in 2024 on TV.
I used to catch, of course, grew up in Oklahoma. We didn't really, other than Mid-South, we had a bunch of like feeds that came in on the lower end of the dial. I remember International World Class Championship Wrestling, which was based out of Boston. And I used to, definitely Boston, because I would see Kevin Sullivan and Ox Baker on the same screen.
Is there anything more Boston than Kevin Sullivan and Ox Baker on the same screen at the same time?
Other than Mark Wahlberg and John Cena with a cameo by Big Suge and Edo G? Probably not.
At a Red Sox game wearing Patriots jerseys. Live streaming the Celtics from the phone.
Drinking some your cousin from Boston's.
Bruh.
Yeah, definitely. Rest in peace, Kevin Sullivan. He gave us some very entertaining pieces of our childhood.
No, you're missing you're burying the lead here.
No. I'm literally that's a lob.
Do you know what Kevin Sullivan gave us that we have to carry on no matter what?
Talk to me.
The Alliance to End Hulkamania. Under no circumstances are we to fumble the ball on this initiative. The Alliance to End Hulkamania must continue full speed ahead in the memory of Kevin Sullivan. Trigger warning.
Was that okay? Stop me when I'm wrong here. Ming?
I believe he was a part of it at some point. Yes.
Barbarian?
By default, at some point, yes.
Kamala?
Yes.
I refuse to say the other guy because he was too closely affiliated with the red and gold or red and yellow.
Which other guy?
The one that kept the one he broke into the industry with that kept changing his name and had 3 different identities in WCW. None of them.
Oh, he was a part of it. Yeah, he was a part of it too.
Jesus. Who am I missing?
For those of you who don't know who we're talking about, he was the subject of an episode this last season of
Dark Side of the Ring. Yeah, let's just say he Face Off. What up, BMC? Yeah, what up, BMC? Yes, Jamal. What's understood should not be explained.
Yeah. The guy who 20 years before stole the name from Benny, the Butcher.
The Butcher.
We don't even recognize that. Benny's the Butcher we recognize around here.
Yes, indeed. Also, we missed a passing in our last episode because there was so many people that hit us at the same time. Right. On the hip hop side, rest in peace, DJ Polo of Cool G rapping. DJ Polo gave us seminal classics like "Live and Let Die." What was that, man? What was the other one? "Road to the Riches." Okay. That "Live and Let Die" is a classic album. It was actually an audio movie that was supposed to be a company. This is at the time where people were doing long form visuals to go with their albums, and I don't know if it ever came out or not, but I do know that was one of the first albums on the East Coast to feature Scarface and Ice Cube. Long before the beef. Oh, wow. Yeah, that album is classic. That's the album that had Ill Street Blues on it. So if you haven't heard that album in totality, Bushwick Bill's on it too. If you haven't heard that album in totality, man, come on, man. Come on, man.
I have one of the greatest side mission stories about Bushwick Bill and his.
There's a lot of people that have great side mission stories about Bushwick Bill. Shout out to my guy Jay Beret in Atlanta. He's the king of the Bushwick Bill side mission.
Gang.
B Clark, BPBC family right there. Gang.
All over.
Where the gang goes.
Shout out to Hundo. Where the gang goes, the gang goes.
All over media. That's what we shouting out with them. Let me keep going on this. Also, Dallas lost a seminal piece of its music history too with Grammy Award winning Shaun Martin of Snarky Puppy.
Man, I know a lot of homies on my timeline is really
hurting.
Going through it. So, yeah, real.
They hurting, and I mean, and of course these are names off the top of the head that have been passing in the last couple of weeks, and I hate to say it, man. 2024, the summer 2024 is giving the year of 2021 a run for its money.
Look, man, we have been stressing, in jest on these episodes, health is wealth. So take care of yourself, take care of the people around you. If in this instance, when you see something, say something. Keep your eye on your brother, keep your eye on your sister, and make sure, they holding it together the right way.
Talk to your people, man, even the strong ones.
Look, in this age of social media and the way the comment section is starting to look and it's bots everywhere, you have got to start paying attention to the people you are connected to in real life, because there is some AI generated nonsense in the comment section that is solely there to divide and conquer. So stay close to the people for real. Hey, Clark, I only got this Yankees fitted on.
You had to dial it back, didn't you?
Yeah, he wasn't tuned in. He wasn't tuned in when we first did it. So today is
hold on. Let me do this the right way, because I didn't do it. This is a great segue forward. Today's date, Sunday, August 11th. Year of our Lord.
Year of our Lord.
I said year of our Lord.
Year of our Lord.
20 and 20, 4 for 4.
Would you like fries with that, sir?
Yeah, I'll take some today. I had some last night. I'll take some today.
Dipping sauce for your nuggets? Pause.
Since we on the East Coast, I'm going with some Yum Yum.
Pause.
What the judge say?
Hey, man.
You ready to get this thing moving the right way, man? All these somber moments.
It's my 51st birthday, so that's why I got the Yankees fitted on. That's
why I got the Wu-Tang on right here. You know what I'm saying?
And only because I bought it in New York in Times Square. So this is like, this is one of the only times I'll do this sacrilegious stuff.
Hey, yo! Don't do that, Clark. All right, you ready to get this thing moving the right way?
Yeah, let's crank it up.
All right, man. Before we get into the pro wrestling, as you can see,
which is why we're here,
I'm a gold medalist in Olympic viewing.
OG status. Ron Murray tuned in via the gram.
What up, Ron Murray? Mr. High School Holler. Wait, hold on. He got his one of, if not the only person that we know that got his own drop in here. Mr.
Price just went up.
One time. That's one of the people like you root for them to be blessed because you know they gonna do good with it.
Every time.
Flat out. Just for real. Shout out to Henry Weiner, tapped in on the ground.
There's so much stuff that Ron Murray gives us that I can never say on the air out of respect.
Look, you gotta protect the sacred conversations because everything ain't for everybody.
I'm not about to be the one to be the reason whether it be 1 or 2 degrees of separation while somebody loses they bag. I'm a bag aficionado myself.
Oh no, those type of conversations never make it to public. But then there's some jokes we tell that are absolutely funny enough we could still survive and still earn an income.
But there's a brand to protect with Ron Murray. We can't do that. We control this narrative over here, but I can't control the Ron Murray narrative. I let him control that.
Factual.
And A5 Ron Murray. Yeah.
Hey, what's Tariq's lawyer's name on Ghost?
You talking about Method Man's character? Let's see here.
I'm drawing a blank.
Let's see here. Let's use a Google machine. His name is Davis McClain.
Yes. Ron Murray is our Davis McClain.
Minus the law degree.
Look, he got hood law though.
A word?
Hood law. Yeah, hood law. That's just as important. You got to know hood law just as important as knowing court law.
Okay.
Both will keep you out of jail.
That absolutely. You're right about
absolutely.
that. Let's go here first because we're a part of the tribe. You see, I got the curls popping today. You know, I usually have my hair nice and combed up, but today I'm rocking the curls. I'm showing I got a glow about my skin. Light skins are up. Chef Curry with the dagger taking the U.S. men's Olympic basketball team to yet another gold medal yesterday versus France.
Look like he playing volleyball.
And that's how high the ball is above the shot of this picture that you can see.
That's hilarious.
On top of that, also against France, the U.S. women's basketball team took gold this morning.
Whole lot of gold.
Whole lot of gold up in here. So shouts out to the U.S. of A over at the Olympics that's doing their thing. Closing ceremony to the night. But there's no greater Olympian this year than one Calvin Brodus. Snoop Dogg is over there, not just living his best life, but Snoop is allegedly getting paid $500,000 per day with no expenses or lodging that comes out of his pocket. By my calculation, that's 17 days.
Do you understand how great this is? Snoop is an American icon, and people need to really understand that Snoop is America.
He has
the good part.
He had the easiest job at the Olympics, which was being a super fan. He has. Is
that really the easiest job though? To be a super fan of absolutely everything?
whatever you can get your hand. If you're genuinely a fan of it, you're loving what you do and doing what you love. So it's not even work.
And then are we certain? Well, no, I am certain, but he has to have a certain quality of party favors in order to keep that same energy.
Hey, Suave, look who just checked in.
I saw that.
JBL, you know what I'm saying? Gang. Fruit of my loins, if you will. What up, Jay? I see you, son. Love you.
You're right, Jamal. He might actually be the most famous American.
So there's only three rap icons that come to mind that have transcended generations.
Okay, I'm listening.
Lil Wayne for lyrical prowess. Going back to the mid 90s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s, 4 decades worth of work. That's number one.
Especially when he done start doing like mainstream commercials. So I can kind of see that. I can see Wayne moving into the territory of Snoop when Snoop just decides to take a knee.
Wayne is a correspondent or was a correspondent on Undisputed on FS1.
But you know the ratings on that.
Yeah. But still, he made it. That's a win. That's a win for hip hop.
Yes.
Busta Rhymes, equally as relevant over the last 4 decades. In fact, Busta was only 2 years, actually a year removed from making it 5 decades in rap.
That's very powerful.
Yeah, because one of his best albums, arguably his best album, came about 3 years ago. ELE2.
That's a hell of a debate. That's a tournament by itself. Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes albums. Yep, I totally agree. Busta Rhymes album. You put all his albums against one another in a tournament, I guarantee there's knockdown, drag out, and Big Bang is going to be in that mix, and probably in the semis or the finals with him, with ELE2.
But I counteract that by saying Snoop not only transcends hip hop, Snoop may be the best representation of what is possible in our country if done right.
Remember, murder was the case that they gave him. And here he is 30 years later giving it back.
Representing the country abroad. Not like abroad, but abroad.
Well stated, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Let's see. What else do we have? We had on the weekend, which here's a fail too. We realized today is the anniversary of hip hop. They had the men's b-boy finals the day before the anniversary of the founding of hip hop. That's a fail. As much as,
you know why? I'm gonna tell you why it's a fail. We as a nation, as the United States of America, failed our country, our children, our culture, and our opportunities by not having not one member of the Jabberwockies representing us. Do you understand how long the Jabberwockies have been jabberwalking across screens in this nation? Nameless, faceless representatives of nothing but getting down with this funk. And you have one opportunity, to showcase their prowess and their expertise, and you did nothing.
You're gonna die on this hill, aren't you, Suave?
And look, Danger 2 got the second best. Chris Brown would have won gold, and it'd have been over with.
Shouts out to Free City. He also said the same thing. He said you can't have this competition without Chris Brown.
So that's even worse. So you had the Jabberwockies, which I don't even know how many of them there are, but you could have sent them.
All of them.
You should have sent Chris Brown. You could have sent anybody who was in the cast of You Got Served. Any of them. You could have sent Lil Saint. You could have sent any of the rest of the members of B2K. You could have sent Amarion. Like, what are we doing? We're not utilizing our assets and our resources to the greatest of their capability, and because of that, I am ashamed today.
All right, hold on. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed, because when you think you're at the bottom, there's only one way you can go is up. We ain't at the bottom, fam. This. Rachel Gunn, AKA
Ray Gun.
Ray Gun.
This isn't her fault.
Checks and balances are totally to blame for this one. Who let that slide?
That, you know what? That's who's at fault. The culture was gentrified and put into a situation that would have shined a better light on it, but it was gentrified in the process. You didn't have anybody, and we talk about this on the show all the time, you didn't have anybody in the room that could give you proper context on how this should be presented, and this is what you got.
And this is 90% of the rap that we listen to right now. The wrong people in the room saying, yeah, this is a go.
You keep gentrifying the culture, and it's just going to get more and more diluted, and you're not going to get what you should. And that's why this is a one and done event. Now, they've announced this will not happen in LA.
Well, no, it's not a one and done. They said it won't happen in LA, but it could happen in 2032 in Brisbane, which
no,
Brisbane,
no.
Australia. We better not.
If you're not gonna let us do it in LA, we don't want it no more. We can replace it. They're replacing it with flag football already off the top. Secondly, if you want to put something from the culture in here that you actually could do at an Olympic level and anybody could participate, DJing.
Nope. Anybody can't DJ.
Yeah.
Anybody can't. Nope.
No, if you're terrible at it, you're going to know immediately. You won't make it through qualifying. And I'm sending DJ Jazzy Jeff on behalf of America, and that's it.
Well, okay. Are we talking about like battling for skills, battling at, like in the essence of like the B-boy competition yesterday where it's like 1v1?
Everything we do on this show is a battle over skill. We do not do flash. We do not do any of that other glittery stuff. It's skills out here.
If the Olympics, if Peacock edited out from Tribe Called Quest, quote, bust a nut inside your eye to show you where I come from during the B-boy battle yesterday, there's absolutely no way a DJ competition happens at the Olympics.
Sir, do you know how egregious of a line that is? Who selected that song to dance off of?
When's the last time you watched a DJ battle? They get way worse than that.
Of course, but it's the Olympics. You have 4 years to figure this out.
Who wants to work on a routine for 4 years when Red Bull and Techniques both have battles during that time?
Red Bull and Techniques can be used as the qualifiers. You're missing the money here. Let me cook. Look, man, come.
The following message has been approved and paid for by the mayor of Oak Cliff, Texas.
Just let me cook.
All right.
Techniques can get in. Red Bull can get in. We can get these qualifiers together. We'll have an Olympic team put together by the end of the year. Captained by DJ Jazzy Jeff. Because if he's not involved, I don't want it. I'm sorry. I'm going to spearhead the lead on this.
I will agree that if there's going to be a coach for the Olympic DJ squad for the U.S., it would definitely be Jazzy Jeff, unless he defers respectfully to someone else that he feels is more worthy.
No, he's gonna have. If he's not gonna participate, he has to be there in a coach mentality with the full tracksuit. And then Snoop would come back to host the DJ battle. So he's introducing each country.
Snoop gonna be crip walking on stage in LA.
Shiver me timbers.
Right on. All right.
Saying.
All right. Let's get back into what we came here for.
This is what we came here for.
This is what y'all came to see. We were supposed to talk pro wrestling. Here we are talking all things, but
well, Snoop has wrestled before.
Let's see. Let's start with this one here.
Okay.
The last pay-per-view last week we did the You Know Who Ain't Gonna Win for 2 weeks ago for SummerSlam in Cleveland.
You ho ain't gonna win.
And Triple H.
Look, I was like, is this Triple H or is this Tommaso Ciampa?
Yes, the answer is yes.
Okay, got it.
Triple H, with the exception of having Apollo Crews backstage with a shaver advertising Manscaped products, had a card devoid of African American talent. Do not count the Samoans. They're not African American.
We're not gonna get into that again.
It's dicey. It's dicey. But for the sake of
it's not dicey. They just diced up 2 DNAs and put them together, and that's what you got.
Okay, so be that as it may,
right?
The card lacked a certain presence.
Right. We talked about that on the You Know Who Ain't Gonna Win. There was a lack of melanin in the card's composition, which kind of led the internet down a dark path. No pun intended. Oh.
don't you got lost.
No, look, the beat came up and I was like, wait a minute, is this a segue? Are we finna get a freestyle right quick or
nope.
what?
Nope.
Okay, boom. So it led down a dark path. That dark path, no pun intended, started getting certain people involved in the internet wrestling community to start to cry racism. Which, before I get into that, let me get into this. I want people who don't look like those who are being oppressed to stop playing that card on their behalf.
We had a whole show about that a few months ago. Not gonna rehash
and I'm gonna
that.
leave it at that. If you are not if you don't look like the people that are being oppressed, do not play that card on their behalf. That's not your job. As an ally or as a person, don't weaponize that accusation because you don't like the other side. Because it does nothing for us. That's my soapbox. I'll get off of it. However, the internet wrestling community went down that road and started asking the question whether or not Triple H, aka Paul Levesque, has internal disdain for the melanated community that is showing itself by his current actions. Some would say, most notably MVP, would say that might possibly be the case. All I'm gonna say is time will tell, because it's not like all of his PLEs have been devoid of melanin,
but it's been a while.
It has been a while. Now WrestleMania had melanin in it quite a bit. Couple of those PLEs right after that, because you had Bianca and Jade. Now neither one of those have been on a PLE in what seems like 2 or 3. So now we're in a space where, hey, how much longer are you gonna go before? I feel like the Street Profits are probably gonna get a look for Berlin, and that might be reactionary to what the internet is saying, but we're gonna have to pay attention to the next maybe 6 months to see how melanated talent is handled in this new era.
But look at this graphic.
That's how we look at you right now.
MVP, one of the most outspoken talents today. One of the to me, his body of work as a loser makes him a Hall of Fame in WWE.
Wow.
Because and I'm not saying that in a bad way. His losing streak was almost as good as bum ass Corbin was bad.
See, bum ass Corbin is something that has to come back.
That was special.
That's the only way we're gonna get some money around here.
Bobby Lashley was tasked with forming the Pride with Street Profits and B-Fab. Mm-hmm. And now Street Profits are back without suits. B-Fab still in tow, but Bobby Lashley's contract allegedly expires this weekend with WWE. He could possibly end up on AEW television either this Wednesday or in London.
Or, as you brought up, another alternate situation.
He could possibly go back to TNA, or he could go to Japan,
which is where I say the money is. A Bobby Lashley run through Japan with MVP in tow.
Say that again, Suave. Say that again.
A Bobby Lashley tour of Japan with MVP in tow will feed families.
Run through Japan, not run in Japan, a run through Japan, because that's exactly what it would be.
Well,
that's exactly what it would be.
No games played.
And that would be the return of the Beatdown Clan.
Boy, somebody in Japan getting slipped if they don't, follow protocol.
And I'm sure
Bobby got hands for real.
I'm sure low key still around, available. Would you bring the band back together? Because the only person that's missing is Joe.
That's something that can be revisited in AEW. That seems like where stuff like that likes to live. They'll bring up past history like that. If we're gonna assemble any version of a Beatdown Clan or Hurt Business like that, I don't necessarily need all the original members from TNA days. You can give me Bobby Lashley, then you can give me MVP, obviously. We'll find some way to get Cedric Alexander out of catering because that's the only place they've been using him.
He's in TNA. They sent him in TNA.
Doing what?
Wrestling.
Doing what? For who?
TNA.
Exactly. For who? How often do you watch TNA? And we love the fact that they're trying, but let's be.
The last time I watched
honest.
TNA, I got a clip out of it. It's on Instagram. It's a reel. Shouts out to Hammerstone.
Thank you. Now, that's all I need to have said.
Hey, New America Ali is on TNA, and everybody's missing it, including me.
There are bits and pieces of what goes on in TNA that is absolutely digestible content that we should all be watching. Is the entire show at that level? Yes or no? That is what's stopping people from getting on the bus. So let's fix it. And then let's all try to celebrate and uplift TNA with the same energy that some people on the internet defend and uplift AEW. Because more places to work, where more money's being made, and more people are watching is better for absolutely everyone.
Everybody.
It's better for you, better for me, better for everyone that makes this show happen, everyone who watches and listens to this show and enjoys professional wrestling. The more places that people can go get paid to do their thing the right way, the better for everyone. It's just like music. The more labels that are functioning and doing good business for artists to go to and be artists, the better it is for the music genre.
Less jobs is a good thing for the world, said no one ever.
Ever.
On that note, Friday on SmackDown and also during SummerSlam, we got a return of the tribal chief.
We back.
Talk about getting to the money. First of all, this is your daily acknowledgement.
Facts.
Man, the impressions, the amount of money, t-shirts selling out within minutes of it debuting on TV. The BOK Center in Tulsa for professional wrestling, I don't think has sold out in probably 10 or more years. It was sold out for SmackDown last Friday. All because of the needle mover, the tribal chief. Say what you want to. His pops at SummerSlam and at SmackDown are up there for venue size, and especially SummerSlam because it was outside, and they called it a Road Warrior pop.
Talk to them about how audio deals in an open format. Tell them.
In an open air, sound shoots straight up. So the people outside the venue, immediately outside the venue, probably heard a louder response to what we heard on television, and what we heard on television was damn deafening.
So had there been a roof on Cleveland Browns Stadium,
we would have seen the decibel meter doing just like this, just shaking off the screen.
Think WrestleMania 17. And I'll say less. Think WrestleMania 17.
Another one comes to mind is AJ at the Rumble, his debut.
Okay, that's a pretty good one. Edge 2021.
Oh. and that was right before the lockdown too. That was just tragic. The fact that the lockdown happened right after that, because he would have been blowing the roofs off of arenas for months. because he had been gone for so long.
Sting, Survivor Series, that 2015 or 16?
2016, because he was at Mania 2017.
Boom. What's another really good pop in WWE history?
Okay, on the opposite end of the coin, WrestleMania 30 when Undertaker got beat, how quiet the crowd got. That's the equivalent of a loud ass pop because no one expected to see that.
Okay, good point. That would fit on a mixtape. That'd be an honorable mention. But it gives you an idea because of how loud you were able to hear it in an open air format, how loud the pop actually was. You didn't get the rebound of it bouncing off the walls and off the roof and coming back down. It would have been like
you just heard noise, and Michael Cole was barely audible.
Right, it's the equivalent of putting a grenade in a trash can and putting the lid on it.
Sound until you open that boy up, it just bounces all over the place.
Or if you've seen on the internet the clip of the dude who puts fireworks in a dryer and then holds his clothes with his feet.
I haven't seen that. What you watching?
Oh my!
Send me that.
I gotta find it because I got homies that send reels all day long. Like we don't even speak; we just speak in reels.
That's what I don't need. That's why I don't have TikTok. Right there.
No, it's not even on TikTok. This is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying we're saying the same thing. That's exactly why I don't have TikTok. Is because of that.
Man, just know it can happen anywhere.
Right on. So we see Jacob Fatu hurt.
Gang.
Thank goodness he's just hurt and not injured. Because you just won the tag team belt and the very next night that happens.
Do not jeopardize the money for any reason.
And by that reason, that's why he got hurt, because he was not about to jeopardize the money. You do not shoot the bag before the bag gets built.
I just need you to sing my praises real quick on the fact that I was able to decode that in almost real time.
You and Free City both.
Free City.
Because nothing seemed off about that in real time.
Free City, my email's still dry, fam. What's happening?
I'm still waiting for some messages to be returned from a week ago.
Look, you got busy stuff going on here. Don't worry about it.
Hey, I give him a pass, but don't make me because you.
hey, yo, put your flag up, buddy. Take it easy.
Hey, take it easy. So how long do we want? Oh, back up. Tongaloa, bro. Tongaloa.
What do you expect? The man has one eye. You gotta chill. You gotta stop putting all this pressure on my guy. Pause. Let him cook.
I missed him in WWE, but man, this was not what I remember. He's one bad running away from me wanting to see him on a bike again. And I never want to see him on a bike again.
Look, you cannot blame anybody for this. It's all that time in Japan, bro. Either you're gonna do things the easy way or the hard way, and obviously he decided to take the easy route.
And
so now,
go ahead.
Just make full contact. That's all we're asking at this point. Just make full contact. Whatever you do, make full contact.
And then fast forward to Monday Night Raw, we had Seth Rollins taken out by Bronson Reed with not one, not two, but six of them. Six of them.
That's all six of them.
Thanks, Michael Cole. Yeah, he's out for an indefinite period of time.
Good. Well, kayfabe indefinite period. We know how this finna go. Go ahead.
All this to avoid a hole in the bag against CM Punk. Like we were right there, and all this to avoid a hole in the bag with CM Punk, which is fine by me. Drag out the money as long as you can.
Yeah, the money's in the chase.
Absolutely, and they're chasing nothing but ego right now, both of them.
I'm gonna be honest with you, to be perfectly frank. Seth came back entirely too early for my liking. With some of the footage we saw from the way his leg looked at WrestleMania, you felt like he probably should have been gone to November like Wyclef Jean. So him coming back 4 or 5 months later was already like, bruh, I can't miss you if you won't stay gone. Then you immediately have a world title shot, and then you take yourself out of the world title picture, only to be put right back in it by the same guy who just beat you. And now you got injected into a SummerSlam 97 rehash, which that part was cool, but also at the same time, if I had not seen you on television and then that was the first time I saw you, it'd be cool. And then to have Bronson Reed do what he's done. The issue I have with what has happened now, other than being absolutely entertaining to me, is the fact that I don't believe we're going to get anything out of it other than this parade that we got on Raw.
It would be a shame. It would be a shame that he was gone by the time Seth got back. It would also be a shame if you do all this only for him to get a match at a pay-per-view and lose to Seth Rollins.
That's pretty much what
That's history. That's history.
That's history. That's what happened to Finn. That's what happened to Shinsuke. Shinsuke dog walked that man for 3 months and didn't have one win under his belt to show for it. Same thing for Finn. Finn gave a similar beatdown to what Bronson Reed did right before their last match. Like, Finn turned up, still couldn't get a W. Why are we protecting this man to this extent?
Here's what's crazy. Monday, August 12th, I say Yavalud. Yeah, I'll find Yavalud.
Put the fries in the bag, bro.
We should be expecting a daily acknowledgement. Why is that significant? This is we're coming up on the season premiere of Monday Night Raw, which is also the overrun on a TV contract. Monday Night Raw goes to Netflix in January. Leaves Raw. Probably forever. Or leaves USA. Probably forever after this. And they want a champion that's going to bring numbers to Netflix. There's only one needle mover right now in WWE.
The man made it $800,000 in one night for the company. A $600 limited edition tribal chief belt sold out to the tune of $800,000. Don't talk to me about who over and who ain't.
$15 million a year, and you mad because he ain't showing up on TV. But when he does, this is what you get. If I could produce $750,000 just by popping up for 5 minutes, I want my company to pay me $15 million too. And show up when I feel like it. Because my family is important. But so is your bag. But I want you to pay me for as important as I see your bag is. He has transcended. How many title reigns Roman Reigns has? 4? 5?
I've lost count.
But he's in the tier now where he does not need a belt. He is an attraction.
Facts.
He is Joe Henry. Say his name and he appears. You believe in Roman Reigns.
Roman, where are you? If you've seen that bottle clip. That man had the greatest timing in pay-per-view history. that was hilarious. Good job, sir.
And he got a rock remix for his entry music too. His entry music was already dope. It's now epic, just because of the little remix, the little tweak that they made to that video package to get him in.
I'm just trying to figure out, what the excuse is going to be now. Like, what's the excuse?
And I would be remiss to say, if we don't see him yeet on Monday Night Raw, it's going to be a travesty of justice.
That's going to be the reconciliation, and it's going to be crazy.
And I wouldn't be mad to see Jimmy. So I hate the fact that Go ahead. I was saying, I hate the fact that we've already talked about this a year ago. We built the card in February on this very show.
Yep.
But they've got posters up for everything that we talked about for Survivor Series. We're not going to go into detail on it. You can do your Googles on your own.
You would think we actually know what we're talking about here.
Broken Pencil Logic is not just the name of this jam, but it's a way of life. Brought together by MFs that's known to break pro wrestling and hip hop off something proper. Give it to me. Last but certainly not least. Content warning, or content alert, should I say? Not warning, content alert.
Okay.
Tournament season. We haven't done one in a while. We got one coming up for you.
We got several.
We got several coming up for you. Okay. And then, of course, next week we got the who ain't gonna win. That's going to lead us into Wembley. And
is it time for Wembley?
I think it is a week from Saturday, a week from Sunday.
My goodness!
The wonderful thing about that is, it takes me back to my favorite pastime, which is afternoon wrestling. Even though it's going to be on a Sunday, it gives us afternoon wrestling. I'm here for that. We got a long show in daylight hours. We don't have to worry about going to sleep before the show ends. This is definitely one we want to cop.
I don't know. We'll see what the card says about. Yeah, we'll see what the card says.
But I say that to say this. Last night on Collision, Bryan Danielson had an interview with good old JR talking about his matchup with Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Championship. Stipulation is, if Bryan Danielson loses, his career is over. We found out last night, on top of the fact we already knew this is his last full-time year in pro wrestling, we found out last night that he has neck surgery imminent before the end of 2024. We are at the end of, or in the middle of Q3 2024. That means we got a month and another quarter to go. If you're going to have surgery by the end of 2024, the last thing you need is a title run. It's safe to say, I'm calling this one now. If we were playing, Bryan Danielson ain't winning against Swerve Strickland.
He shouldn't. We know who's in charge. We know who makes the final decisions.
We did see Sting retire with a tag team belt that resulted in a tournament. In the loss of a tag team title for Darby Allin, who didn't even lose it, and no partner for a rematch.
Exactly. We know what should happen. We don't necessarily know what will happen, because AEW is a different animal than WWE. Stamford and Jacksonville are not the same. One of these things is not like the other. We shall see.
Hold on. I'm so glad that you just said that. For those of you new to our show, as you can see, episode 235.
235 of them.
Those are just the episodes that we numbered. We well over 250. We go back to 2018 with this. We go back to 2018 with this.
17.
If you jump into the comment section and get active, Suave is usually one that removes me from the comment section. Y'all can battle amongst yourselves, but you come at us, we shoot back, and we shoot back slugs.
at this point, I didn't really think it was something that needed to be explained because, I mean,
there have been names thrown about such as WWE virgins, AEW marks. We ingest all the pro wrestling.
Oh, you've been reading the comments on our super viral. We're about to. Okay,
I was getting to that, but go ahead. Go ahead.
So, for those who are part of Pencil Pusher Nation and the Pencil Pushers of America and abroad, not acting like abroad, but abroad, we are on the cusp of our first 1 million view piece of content. Wait, did we break it already?
Between Instagram and Facebook together.
I want a million views on a single platform.
A single platform? Okay, we're north of 960,000.
Okay, so probably by the time you get the next episode from us, we'll have broken 1 million views on a single piece of content on one platform. In the midst of doing so, you have a lot of those people who, like I said, there's a lot of bots, and then there's some real people who are just delusional. They are having their own civil war within the comments. I can tell by your reaction just now, you have been reading this. Because one, it is far too many people commenting to respond to each one of them. And two, I don't care enough about the thoughts being.
No, I just scan.
Okay, well.
No, I don't know. Because I'm sure there's far more for me to be offended by. I'm literally just putting out a fair warning.
You did more than me, but people are usually having a civil war amongst themselves in the comments of these posts, and specifically this post. Here's what I have to say out loud so that I understand and that we communicate with each other to understand. Most of those comments are not even directed at us specifically. Those comments are directed at the ghosts in the room that these people like to shoot at. Because these people feel as though a single piece of content that is not damning or congratulatory of what you're seeing, they don't know whether you're in favor of or against. So they just shoot slug. They just start shooting in a crowd because they think the bullet's gonna hit somebody.
And those who are offended are guilty. I'm not offended, but you're not going to offend my people either.
Okay, this is the part for us about going viral and becoming famous that we got to learn how to deal with, that we already knew, but because of our age demographic, we don't necessarily deal with.
Because of our genuineness.
Right. The comment section is where logic
goes to die.
I've said it 1 million times. I need to put it on a shirt. Within all of that,
hey DB, shirt that.
So you have people that are have insecurities about all sorts of different things, and they use the comment section as a launch pad to, air quotes, defend themselves and the things that they feel passionate about. With these, and specifically this clip, we don't take a side, and we really don't take a side in any of this. We tell you what we like, tell you what we don't like, but we don't pick sides amongst companies that aren't cutting us a check.
If there's something that generates a reaction or is good, we're going to post it.
And if there's something that generates a reaction and it's bad,
we're going to post it.
So no matter what, if it generates a reaction, we are.
That's why you follow us. That's why you
going to post it.
And
so
also,
unless one.
And although we appreciate every click, every view, do yourself a favor and hit that follow button because there's more of it to come.
Follow, share, subscribe. We'll go through it.
Yeah. So I would tell you what to do.
But until one of these companies decides to have a cash infusion in one of our accounts that looks like a Tsunami, we not taking sides on any of this.
Price just went up.
So I don't know. I mean, just people are triggered. People are triggered, and people are hurting. And what you need to do is seek help. Get healed.
Talk to your folk.
Please talk to your people. Get in contact with the people who you can touch with your hands in a socially acceptable way that you can speak to face, eye to eye, gain some understanding, have some real human interaction before you get on the internet playing with people, because everybody ain't gonna just let you. And for a nominal fee,
Soon to be.
a phenomenal fee, we will slice off some of this broken pencil knowledge and put it on your plate.
That's enough soapbox action for tonight. Show at brokenpencilbc.com, brokenpencilbc@gmail.com, at brokenpencilbc on all things social, at brokenpencilbc on what?
Everything.
Grumpy Old Man BPBC video game coming soon. What will we be playing? What will we be playing? Everything. Whatever the hell we want to. Y'all be Broken Pencil BC on Twitch. Y'all get ready. It's coming like soon. Like we just gonna log in, play video games, talk smack, play music. Hey. You know what I'm saying?
Like a plane crash, buddy.
PS5 action. And if you want this, if you want this work, at Danger One, at Suave for Mayor.
Yeah.
Add us on PSN. Skywalker, I'm talking to you. Dog Wonder, I'm talking to you.
Yo, everybody just remain calm. Yo.
Danger 2, I'm talking to you. Y'all get y'all get whatever fighting game, whatever. It ain't gotta be a fighting game. It can be something
They're
like
gonna kick us off the internet. I guarantee it.
We need to click up on GTA 5 before 6 come out, so that way we have this gang. Hold on. we ain't brought this one out in a while. We click up on GTA 5 now. By the time the GTA 6 come out, we get it on day one. It's gonna be
Whole lot of gang shit.
You dig?
We're gonna be out here like T Grizzly. We're gonna need our own server. That's where the money coming from. That's where the money coming from.
Hey,
right
we can join his and split off if we want to. Spin-offs usually make better shows. Suave, take him to the house.
Pencil pushers, like, rate, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell that friend to tell a friend, and then tell that friend again. Heads up, pencils down.
Well, I'll let you.